Hey there, welcome to the Gyro Step, a Milwaukee Bucks podcast, proudly a part of the Blue Wire Podcast Network and GSPN, and presented by our pals at Prize Picks. I am Ty Windisch, one of your hosts, joined as always by the slightly somber Rohan Katti this Monday morning. Just, I think, fairly enough, given the weekend we had in Wisconsin sports. I will say, big winners, the Badgers. They did match their scoring output that we've seen 3 times this season already. They didn't play a game. But that's a win for the Badgers to not lose. They didn't lose. So that's big for Wisconsin football, at least. Rohan, how's it going this Monday morning? Are you somber? Was that an unfair declaration?
You know, in terms of sports watching, yes.
Yeah.
I would say so. It's just tough when you couple time changes in with, your team's not taking care of business in games that they absolutely should take care of business in.
Yeah.
And it just happening to 2 teams, not just one, but to 2 teams. We don't even get to see one roll. So
yeah,
it's tough. It's really tough. And I'm a very routine-oriented person. So just
you don't like the fall back. You don't like. That's the good one.
No, see, I like the one day of fallback, the one like morning.
Yeah,
but then it's all downhill after that.
Would you prefer? We're not going to do the same daylight savings time combo everyone's done. But just the really what changes is we move an hour of daylight from the evening to the morning. Where would you prefer the hour of daylight? That's the real question.
Evening. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm not up at 6 a.m.
Fair. I am.
No,
so
it doesn't matter to me at all.
I don't mind it personally. I think it's kind of a horse apiece, which is the most boring taking of. Whatever. We have a timeline on that. We can't do too much on the daylight. I'm glad we started with daylight savings, though. That's very Midwest podcast of us. But we've got a loaded slate. We're going to talk about the Kings game. We're going to talk about the Pacers preview, Bucks-Pacers tonight. Unfortunately, looking like it's going to be the Pacers C team plus Pascal Siakam. And we're going to do our Eastern Conference Player of the Week, which we do every Monday pod.
Pacers
Happy Monday.
Siakam.
Nice. But unfortunately, even more unfortunate than a Bucks loss, we have some negative injury news that we got in before the Kings game, and that's Kevin Porter Jr. was advancing to return from that ankle sprain, was doing on-court work, and I didn't pull it up. Was it a meniscus injury in his knee, I believe? Not one of these scarier knee injuries, but he's going to be, I believe, reevaluated in 4 weeks from that report.
Yeah,
so
minor arthroscopic procedure required.
Yeah, yep.
Unfortunately, it's not the most devastating Wisconsin sports knee injury this week.
Oh, Tucker Kraft. Yeah. I couldn't believe that one. That's probably the oddest ACL injury I've ever seen. He got hit through his own player and stumbled backward. Wasn't that the play? Yeah. I've never seen an ACL get. I thought it was a stinger. Yeah, and they called him questionable at first too.
I know, but then you see it's direct side contact to the knee, and you're like, oof.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen a direct contact ACL like that.
Yeah, but that's how it tears.
Yeah,
exact contact.
Yeah, that sucks, man.
Freak accident. Freak accident seemingly with Kevin Porter Jr., who it's just so it sucks when it's like you're getting back on the court and it's like it's obviously a way easier version than like what happened to Klay Thompson.
Oh yeah.
Or
I thought you were gonna go with Chris as well, which I think this is except we just never got the update. We just never got the it's like this might happen to Chris 4 times that one year and they just never see. He's like, yeah, he's working on it. We'll see.
Maybe that's what happened 4 times.
Yeah.
But it just sucks for a guy who, was seemingly coming back and just has not yet had a chance to make an impact on the season as of yet.
One
10 minutes
quarter.
In the first quarter.
Yeah.
And has been out ever since. And will seemingly be out till the beginning of December, probably middle of December, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, that was the reevaluation, so not the return estimation, I think.
Yeah, if he was being reevaluated in 4 weeks, I assume it's probably not going to be.
Yeah.
He's returning in 4 weeks. I'll give it another week or 2 after that, but we'll see.
Yeah, definitely unfortunate. I think the obvious first thing is good thing Rollins is seemingly a rising star, but I think the issue for the Bucks in the point guard room is it is still kind of a room of inconsistency, and Rollins has been at a pretty consistently high level. I don't think Rollins had a great game against the Kings, but still had 16 points, still produces. Cole Anthony, though, had a really rough game against the Kings, and I think that Kings loss, which now we can kind of transition to, is exactly the moment where you would have liked KPJ, whether he's starting or coming off the bench. Frankly, I don't know if it matters that much, but clearly, an average or better KPJ game, he's going to be able to get a lot of those Cole Anthony minutes. He's going to be able to make a difference. His athleticism on both ends would have been nice. Just some more energy I think the Bucks needed. I think KPJ has been pretty good about bringing some dynamism and kind of firing guys up, including Giannis, when he has played for the Bucks. So that loss is going to be felt, man. That point guard room now is extremely thin, and Cole Anthony has fouled out of 2 games now, I think, this season. And
2 in a row.
When he's out, it's 2 in a row. When he's out, he missed a game with injury too. It's really no one else. I mean, do you think are we going to see Gary Harris more than Mark Sears? Like, is that the new third point guard? He came in and got a couple assists.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, a couple games ago, I think Sears might get one more chance. I don't know though. He is interestingly the only two-way not ruled out for this Pacers game, so it seems like they're keeping him on to be the emergency point guard, or at least an option at emergency point guard. But that's not great. KPJ, get well soon, and hopefully the on-court return goes better this time.
Yeah, it's not great at all, right?
No.
Especially for a point guard room that we knew was going to be fairly thin this year. Ryan Rollins has sort of taken the role of de facto, star point guard, which again is just wild to say out loud. But it's still, there's some issues with, Cole Anthony. He's not expected to be a good bench piece in terms of always being consistent.
Yeah.
And he hasn't been thus far, even though I think he's still been a very positive contributor to this Bucks team. Don't get me wrong on that, but it's just the consistency, like you said, that really is going to play a factor. And then after that, you're kind of out of ball handlers.
Yeah.
I could see it. I don't know if Gary's really the guy to be doing that. I could see him being thrust into that role a little bit. Obviously,
Gary Harris or Gary Trent?
I did do the thing, didn't I?
I think you meant Trent, but I actually wasn't sure because we did just talk about Harris as the emergency.
You're absolutely right. I keep forgetting there's 2 Garys.
Double Garys.
Gary Trent Jr. being put into that role. I think a lot more of that responsibility is just going to end up falling to Giannis.
Yeah.
But it just means that guard play is going to be that much more important. Are we going to see some Ajax? No, because he's a center now.
Yeah. I find it interesting. So that Kings game, you can see who the actives are by seeing who has DNP listed next to their name. Not every player does. And Sears was not active for that one. So it will be interesting to see if he's active for this Pacers game, or maybe it's a back-to-back. Maybe that's part of the reasoning for keeping him around the team. We'll see. But yeah, I think it's probably just going to kind of fall a little bit to everyone. And also, we can kind of...
And plus, these days don't count yet because the herd season hasn't started.
I wonder if they do now, because the other 2 are assigned to herd. So we may just be getting there. We might just be getting there. I think camp is here. Even though the regular season. I think camp is here. I don't know when the days work or whatever else, but I probably undersold Rollins in this game. 36 minutes, had 16 points, but 61% from the field, and he missed all 3 of his threes. So he was 8 of 10 from 2 in that game. Had 8 assists, 2 steals, and just 3 turnovers. So
continues his driving dunk streak.
Yeah,
I want to see how long that might last.
I think I underestimated his ball handling and on-ball juice, but he has found a very consistent level and looks legit. But this game, I think the number one question I have, Rohan, about the Kings game is also Wisconsin's favorite segment, Fart or Shart, presented by, could be anyone. Cottonelle, hit us up. We would be glad to integrate here into our irregular Fart or Shart segment. But the Bucks' ugly loss, 135 to 133. There were a lot of officiating things people are upset about. The Kings just got to the rim at will. Obviously, if you breathe on DeMar DeRozan, it's a foul, which makes it difficult to guard him. And I will say, the last thing I'll say for kind of the weirdness of this game, I think at different points, Rollins checked out to get checked out medically, and Turner went to the back 2 different times, ended up finishing the game. But there was just a lot of odd stuff happening. But a home game against a bad team that should have no possible way to guard this Bucks offense. I mean, the Bucks did shoot 59% from the field and 47% from 3 and still lost. So I guess they really couldn't stop the Bucks offense. They did give up 133 points. But is this a fart or a shart? And if you're unaware, a fart is, not good, but passes. Meanwhile, a shart is lasting. So the real question is how concerned are you going forward for this game? Was it just an ugly game, or was it a shart?
Here's the thing. I think normally it would be a fart if we didn't have this conversation last week about how the Bucks this year wouldn't go lose those Bulls games. They wouldn't go lose those Nets games, right? And here they are losing to the Kings. And it's a very similar situation to team. I think I will say I think this Kings team is better than those Nets and Bulls teams, but not by much. I don't think this is a very good team. At all. Any team in 2025 when you're starting DeMar, Zach LaVine, and Dennis Schroeder all in the same starting lineup, it's not good, I wouldn't say.
No. They started Dylan Cardwell at center. He played 5 minutes. They lost him by 12, and he didn't play again.
Yeah. That's not the mark of a good team. And that's why it kind of makes me think: is this a shart? Can it be like a little shart?
Where it's just like a little brown patch.
And it's like, oh god, you have spare underwear on you, so it's like, oh thank goodness, and you're ready. But it's still a bad moment. Can we call it that?
It is that. I will say it's not as bad as those games because it was a 2-point loss where Giannis definitely got fouled on that free throw attempt and. Could have had free throws to send us into overtime, but the Kings are so bad they should have just won handily. So I will say it's still different than those games.
Especially when they're giving up a big lead.
Yeah. Well, they gave up a big lead, and then they came back from a big lead also. Like, it was just a seesaw game. But no, I like
letting a bad team come back from a big, like a double-digit lead is bad.
I think we'll know a lot more after these games this week. Like, the Pacers game, we'll preview it. You don't want to... It's so emotionally charged, you can't totally analyze it like a normal game. But also, come on. They were extremely short on ball handlers and scoring coming into the year, and their best 2-point guards after their All-NBA point guard are also out for the game, as is most improved player, in the running up there with our guy Rollins, Mathurin also out for the game. I mean, it's really like Siakam and G League players.
Yeah,
so we're going to learn some more there. Like, if that team puts up 120, 130, I think we have a real defense problem.
Especially when Giannis earlier in the year after that Knicks win is like, no, we're not out here losing 2 in a row.
Yeah.
You got to blow this Pacers team up.
Yeah, that's got to be a big one. Hopefully a Myles Turner one. But for the Kings game, I agree. It has shart tendencies. The way they blew the lead was ugly. The Bobby Portis minutes, man. I mean, he had 16 points, shot 6 of 9 from the field, but just the defense with him out there is rough. But you can't. I wouldn't put all on Bob though, because I don't think the starters guarded well either. I mean, there was
It was a complete defensive failure, top to bottom.
Well, yeah, I think it was the second quarter where like the Bucks, the bench unit comes in, the Bucks are up 10, and there's like some back and forth, but ultimately the Bucks are still up 10. When those guys check out, and then the starters blow the lead and they end up only up one by halftime. So I don't think it was all on that group.
Every starter besides Myles Turner was a -9 because Bobby Portis was a -8.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, I think Turner was like kind of in and out of the game. He only played 23 minutes, so I was wondering like why did they freaking bench? Like what is going on? No, he said something going on. I don't really know what it was actually, but he's not even on the injury report for tonight's game. So hopefully it's nothing that's going to be serious. Turner also had 5 fouls. AJ Green had 5 fouls. So a foul trouble thing going on. The Kings shot a bunch of free throws, but this is a frustrating one because like the Bucks in a game they lose by 2, were 20 of 31 on free throws. And it was not really all Giannis. He missed 5, but that's 6 other missed free throws. Trent missed 2. Turner was 0 of 2. AJ Green missed a free throw, and Cole Anthony missed a free throw. Also, a game they had 4 techs, including Gary Trent getting a flopping tech for like flailing after getting hit in midair, which is one of the most insane techs you can call.
Crazy. Hey, those didn't they? They're starting to wear earpieces this week, right?
What, the refs?
Yeah.
There was some Ghost of Donaghy stuff in this game.
Pablo, find some stuff out.
Pablo, let's give the Bucks a win, please. So I think there's
crazy,
so much
crazy. Like this is a team that you don't see. They're very as much as they are like a fired up and emotionally charged team. The Bucks, I should say, they're not one that usually gets technical fouls.
Cole earned his, I think. The first one maybe a little bit. He kept going. I mean, you can't keep going on the second one.
Unless you're Draymond Green.
Yeah, don't even get me started. Who's the fourth? Gary got the flopping. Cole got 2. I forget who else got one on the box. It was someone I didn't really expect to get a tech as well. Also, Jericho Sims played 1 second.
It's so funny.
I actually thought they could have tried him a little bit more.
Bobby got a tech.
Oh, Bob. Okay, that's also kind of expected.
Yeah, Bobby got a tech. Trent got a tech. Cole got a tech. And then Cole got ejected.
Here's why I think it's more fart than shart. Here's why. All that weird stuff went on, and they lost by 2 on a controversial last play. Like, I think this was shaping up to be a game that was an ugly game, but they still won, which then would be like whatever.
Where it's like when it happens, you're like, oh god, is it a shirt?
Yeah. I think it was you weren't sure. Or maybe just a really loud, like, you're like, oh my God. I thought it was just going to be like a boop, and it was like a boop. When I was a kid once, I was waiting to be picked up in daycare, and I was sitting on, like, they made wood differently back in the days. This is a fact, but like one of those wooden desks.
No, because they were high. It was high. It's
better. Yeah.
The
trees are younger. Right.
The trees are younger. It's worse quality.
Mm-hmm. So this it must have been the Methuselah tree that's 1,000 years old. This chair desk thing was good wood. And I swear to God, I didn't think it was going to be like this, but it was like one of those loud ones, and it just went on, and it sounded like a machine gun. I remember I just ran and hid in the coats. I didn't know what else to do. I just went to the coats. There was no other option. I'm just hiding in the coats. But it wasn't a shard. It was just a fart. And I think that's what this was. I think that's what this game was. It loud. It rang off. The Bucks ran and hid in the coats afterward. Didn't want to get fined and criticize the refs. Obviously didn't play their best. But I do think this week will tell us a lot more, too.
No, if they go out and dominate the Pacers, you go out, you dominate the Raptors, like this little back-to-back on the road, you're okay. I think you're okay.
100%. And right now they're still third in the conference, so not a huge missed opportunity yet either.
It is their second loss.
Yeah.
It took the Bucks 2 games to do that last year.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, it took 3 games.
3 games,
They won that opening game, yeah. So where we go from here, but we're almost done here, but we have to talk about Kuzmania, Kyle Kuzma. Absolutely. I really, the worst part about this is they wasted the most Kuzmania quarter possible. 16 points in the fourth, only played 9 minutes of it, 6 of 7 shooting, 4 of 4 from free throw, recorded no other stats, so kind of Wizards Kuzma. But I will say, I mean, we talked about
they needed Wizards Kuzma.
Well, it wasn't fully Wizards Kuzma. I said it, and I'm contradicting myself, because he just kept getting to the rim. I mean, he did make a couple mid-rangers as well, but you look at that shot chart, and it's a lot at the rim. He's drawing free throws. He's making running floaters, and then I think 2 middies he made just outside of the paint. But Kuz really tapped in and found it. Overall for the game, had 16 in the quarter. I think he had 22 overall. Pulling it up now. He just stopped passing because nobody else had it. 22 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. A +2 for Kuz, who just had it going, man.
Yeah, I think my favorite Kyle Kuzma play, and it only works as my favorite Kyle Kuzma play because he had it going. If it was any other result, I'd need him off the team immediately. Is when when Giannis just is trying to organize the offense and is motioning him to go to the corner, and Kuz is like, "Nah, bro, I got this.
I'm up."
And then immediately just take like a little. It was one of the middies he made, but it was just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, but
Giannis is probably like, you're lucky that way. Doc is probably like, you're lucky that way.
Oh no,
we
question.
Are like, you're lucky that way.
They've got to they got to get the Men in Black thing and wipe this game from his mind. Like, it was good, but that's not going to be every night, Kuz.
No, it cannot be.
But
notice that the Bucks did not win this game.
No, not his fault. Not his fault.
No, absolutely not. He is the reason they were making it close.
Yeah,
an opportunity to win this game.
Yeah, it was a nice gutsy performance from Kuz there. Really, he tried, man. He left it all out there, but wasn't enough. Torian Prince didn't do much. Cole Anthony had a bad game. Kuz and Bob combined for 38 points, which is what you want that bench unit to do, but it just wasn't enough. Pretty bad for him, yeah. He was efficient. He made his only 3. He had 26, 11, and 8, plus a steal and a block and only 1 turnover. But defensively, it was not. He needed to be a little more involved, and I think he just didn't have his foot on the gas for enough time in this game.
No, absolutely. It's like the Knicks game where, he didn't have his foot on the gas in the first half, or he was being,
not until like middle of the second quarter, yeah.
And then he really got it going and didn't let up.
Yeah.
That didn't happen in this game.
No, just a weird flow game, I think.
Giannis scoring in the 20s is a bad game.
Yeah. Unless the Bucks are up big or he has like 14 assists, neither of which happened.
Yeah.
So, hopefully we can burn the tape and move on, but I think...
AJ got to double-digit three-point attempts.
That's what we want to see, 4 of 10. He's just like... What? I got to look at his... Actually, I was going to move us on, but what is his box score? I feel like he has been pretty ridiculously... consistent this year. Starting opening night, 3 of 5, 3 of 5, 4 of 7, 3 of 5, 3 of 7, 4 of 10. AJ Green has not shot below 40% from 3 in a game this year.
Nope.
And have any of them felt like, he's red hot? You know what I mean? No. Like, he is in a bizarre zone. He is in a bizarre zone right now of this is completely unsustainable, but it just feels like, that's what he does.
Yeah, he's shooting 51.3% from deep.
So, yeah, of course he is. He's shooting better from deep than he is from... Oh, no, it's probably close. I was going to say from free throws. He's missed...
No, he's 66.7. He's 2/3 on free throws.
He is... Because he's 50% over his last 2 games. He's 2 of 4. Come on, AJ. Those are the free ones.
What are you doing? He's never shot below 40% as a shooter on a season. So
no, I know. It's not going to drop that much, but it's just like... And I think I talked about this at some point over the offseason. Like, you look at his month over month, and he doesn't... Some shooters, it's like 22% and then 60% or something. It's just like, I'm just going to shoot 45% all the time.
Easy.
That's just what he... Literally every game, 40. Unheard of to just not slump.
Never. He doesn't have bad shooting games.
No, like he's going to have one now that we said this, but it's...
No, absolutely. He's going to go 0 for 15.
It's extremely rare.
Or am I double reversing it? He's going to go 15 for 15.
Could you imagine?
Can you imagine?
AJ Green, 45 points, all threes. He's actually scored a bit on not threes this year. Like, I think he's trending up. He had 2 twos against the Kings. Okay, then he had 2 against Cleveland. He had then not 1 against... never mind. Not that many. Okay. We can move on. Some free throws, too.
It feels more impactful from 2 than it has been.
He makes 2 twos. You're like, wow.
Oh, my God, AJ.
Step up.
Well, wasn't it in the playoffs last year? It took him until game 3 to take a
2. Yeah, I think so. Actually, fun thing. Speaking of AJ, I have just continued my role with Prize Picks, our number 1 sponsor of the podcast. Had a flex play where I won. It basically ended up being even. It was a $5 to win 5 because I only got 3 out of 4 right. That's the great thing about a flex play. You can basically... you're out scot-free even if you mess up a pick. So had AJ more than 9 points. He had 17 points against the Kings. Whenever I see AJ needing like about 3 threes, whether it's 2.5 threes or just 8.5, 9 points, I'm just going to go for it because they're feeding him looks. He's playing a lot of minutes when he's not in foul trouble. And we just talked about he's such a consistent shooter. So love that one. Ryan Rollins, more than 13.5 points. I think our friends at Prize Picks are being a little slow here to adjust to Rollins' new role and stature, and I get it, but again, I'm just going to hammer those projections as long as Rollins is kind of below those points, assist numbers, whatever it is. He had 16, so didn't even crush it, but he did get there. And then I usually go lighter with the other team because I'm not as confident. So I did the Goblin mode, which is probably why it probably would have been like won a couple bucks if I did normal here. But I did Goblin, little lower projection. Zach LaVine more than 22.5 points. He did have 31. Earlier in the game, I was like, I should have done DeMar. They both got there. But I had Giannis more than 50.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And to your point, Rohan, only a 26-point night. Didn't have a ton of rebounds or assists. He had a good amount of both, but not a ton of both. He had 45, so didn't get that one. But 3 out of 4, still technically a win on the flex play. That's the great thing about Prize Picks is you can win real money with your sports takes. You don't have to get them all right if you do a flex play, but if you're feeling confident, if you're feeling AJ Green sniper, 15 of 15, you can go for the power play to get even bigger payouts as well. You can combine multiple sports, multiple teams, or they now offer stacks so you can double down, pick the same player up to 3 times in the same lineup. So more on Steph Curry's points, 3-pointers, and assists, more on Ryan Rollins' points, 3-pointers, and steals, or assists and steals, whatever you want to do. You can pick all of them in the same lineup only on Prize Picks. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code Eurostep to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup, whether you win or lose. That is code Eurostep to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
You know what's funny, Ty? I was at a wedding this weekend.
Yes.
And I'm going, and I have this Bucks game on. Don't worry, I'm committed to the cause. But also, what I have up is Prize Picks. The people coming up to me asking like, "Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?" It's like, oh, I'm spreading the good word about our friends over at.
Did you share the promo code?
I did.
Let's go. There we go. That's why Prize Picks stays with us, because we're at weddings, just getting people huddled around, going, "Oh, I need one more free throw made here." Everyone gets to do it. It's great. Love it. Great to hear. So let's do Pacers preview. This is going to be a little hard to do. Again,
the Pacers are bad, Ty.
Well, they're bad, but also they just don't have any players. So they have ruled all the following players.
They're bad.
Yeah, it's a big part. They ruled all of the following players out: Tyrese Halliburton, Andrew Nembhard, T.J. McConnell, Benedict Mathurin, Obadiah Toppin, Cam Jones. Ray J. Dennis is questionable, which is a big deal for them, and Johnny Furphy is probable. Yeah, I said Obadiah.
You have a full government name for Obi.
I feel like people don't know his name is Obadiah, but everyone should. It's like honestly a sick name.
Do you know why he wears the number 1?
Is it a Bible verse?
No, it's because it's a Star Wars thing, so he can be Obi-Wan.
Oh, that's sick. Wow, it's sick that he goes by Obi then, too. That makes sense. They did just beat the Warriors. Kind of some weird Warriors stuff going on here.
I think this is more indicative of the Warriors.
Steph Curry, a -21, going up against starting point guard Quentin Jackson, who I believe is on a 2-way, had 25, 10, 3 steals. Just destroyed the Warriors in that game.
It's the Lightning McQueen meme where he's in Cars 3. Is that Cars 3?
I think where he gets the younger car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen Cars 3. Does he actually recover from that, or is he just washed?
I also haven't seen Cars 3, so it's a great question to ask. So that game, Siakam had 27, Nesmith had 31. He is going to be a guy to watch, of course. He actually has had a slow shooting start to the year, Nesmith has. He's only at 34% from 3, 29% from the field on the whole, but did wake up against the Warriors. Had a great 10 of 19 game, 5 of 11 from deep, made all 6 of his free throws. We know Siakam can cook. He had 27, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and a block. But as predicted by me, their center rotation stinks. And this was my thing before the year with them and with the Celtics.
Wait, Jay Huff isn't the answer?
And they benched him. He played 3 minutes in that game. And
but I thought Jay Huff was the new Myles Turner.
They cut James Wiseman, and everyone's hurt, and they still won't play. Yeah, Jay Huff, 80% of Myles Turner for 5% of the cost. What happened to that one?
Maybe Are we being too mean?
No. Is he 5% of him for 5, which is just how you would expect the math to work? I mean, congrats. That's great. You have a Maserati, but I have a Ford Taurus from 04, and it costs 5% of that, so I win.
That's a bad comparison. Ford Taurus from 04 is very valuable.
It's a wagon. All right, well, what count a Nissan? Can you even find a Nissan from 04 still on the road? Probably not. You got an 05 Nissan.
What is what is that brand that's gone now? Oh man, I'm trying to think.
You got an Oldsmobile.
Mercury.
You got an Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
Why do they make a car called Oldsmobile? How are you ever going to sell that to a young person?
Got your classic Pontiac on the road.
Yeah, there you go. Pontiac's a good one. Nissan Skyline from 07, just huffing and puffing along. Anyway, but yeah, Isaiah Jackson starts that game, scores 10 points, 2 of 5 shooting. Tony Bradley plays 18 minutes. Jay Huff plays 3. They played Jeremiah Robinson Earl,
who they just signed.
He did not have a good
hardship
6 minutes.
exception, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because they have so many guys out. Ben Shepherd is like barely playing. I think kind of seemed like a promising defensive wing, but I think he played less than Ray J. Dennis and Johnny Furphy in the game. Furphy, I think, is an interesting prospect. It sounds like he'll play, but he hasn't done too much this year.
Bouncy guy.
He's bouncy, yeah. He'll probably dunk on the Bucks at some point. But another game where I think the interior defense is probably not going to be good. I mean, Jackson is an athletic, undersized big, but we've seen him have some good possessions against Giannis. But you would hope that in the whole, Milwaukee could take more advantage. But I think the key everyone's going to be looking at really is how do the Bucks guard after that Kings game, and that's going to be interesting because this should be an easier team to guard, right? Like for all the jokes about the Kings. Schroeder, Levine, DeRozan, and kind of Russ, and Sabonis, those guys can score the basketball, especially in the half court. Like, you should be able to outscore them. The Bucks obviously weren't.
You can give the ball to any of them and they can make something happen.
Yeah, for themselves or others.
Possession.
Yeah, I mean, they are dangerous in that sense, but obviously, you can't build the whole boat out of half court scores. You don't do anything else.
It's not a sustainable model.
Yeah, you win 135 to 133 and you're, 2-4, or whatever they are now. But the Pacers don't have that.
135 points. It's
crazy. In non-overtime. This would have been like a 150-something if they went to OT, it feels like. But right now, I mean, Quentin Jackson on a two-way, Aaron Nesmith, Pascal Siakam are kind of your best and only operators. Like, the Bucks defense simply has to bounce back here.
You have to, especially when you don't have a guy who's going to be bending the defense and with his pace and agility and quickness like Tyrese Halliburton does. And it has done to the Bucks consistently. That is such a major. I'm not breaking new ground here when I'm saying Tyrese Halliburton matters a lot to the Indiana Pacers. But with that element not there, unfortunately, it makes it really difficult for other guys to get going. Like even Pascal, who has been an efficient scorer this year, against the Bucks, who have Giannis, who have Myles Turner, who have Kyle Kuzma. I sneakily think this is a good Kyle Kuzma matchup.
It's got to be.
Yes, it has to be a good Kyle Kuzma matchup. I think that's it makes sense for this team to just be able to go out there and dominate.
Yeah, it's a completely different Pacers team now, which seems obvious to say, but they are still top half in pace, but they're down to 14th. Obviously, this was the team known for pace. I mean, it doesn't help that a lot of teams are trying to copycat them and do what they did, but I think there was this thought in the offseason, they can still run, they can still play their style. They really can't. Halliburton kind of made it's like if the Bucks started the year without Giannis, God forbid, and they're we'll just play the same system. We have Kuzma. It doesn't work. That player's brilliance makes what they do work. Halliburton made the transition work, and now they are in middle of the pack. They're slower than the Bucks this year if you look at just pure pace. And then offensively, it's been a huge issue for them. They're 29th in offensive rating. Could you guess the team that's worse? I don't know if you could.
Worse in offensive rating. I want to say, I don't think it's the Grizzlies.
Not the Grizzlies. By the way, oh my God. Things are not going well for the Grizzlies. Whoa, not them. They are all the way up in 24th. Thank you very much.
It's not the Suns, I don't believe.
No, it's 20th.
Is it the Clippers?
No, they are higher. They are top half.
Oh
no, sorry, they're 16th. Technically bottom half. It's the Mavericks.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, I wouldn't have thought that before the year.
Oh, no, I wouldn't have thought that before the season, but this season, during the season, I can see that.
And then after this last Kings game and their nice game against the Warriors, actually, Indiana has a slightly better defense than the Bucks on the season. They're 14th in defensive rating. Milwaukee's down to 18th, almost strictly because of that, rough Kings game. Where again, 135 points will drop your defensive rating by a bit. Although Indy's net rating still minus 8.9, which is one of the worst in the league. The Bucks are plus 5.4. So all this to say, I mean, the Bucks are much better than this depleted version, but they are going to be fired up. We know they're fired up about what. The Turner quotes, they all took them personally or whatever else. Although, there's not that many players left to be personally offended. Is Johnny Furphy going to be I couldn't believe he said that stuff?
I think so, yep.
Quentin Jackson's damn, Myles, I thought we were tight. And Myles is which one are you?
Ray J. Dennis is going to be who's Myles Turner?
Cried before the game, yeah.
I mean, obviously, Siakam, Neesmith,
Walker, those are, kind of just. Yeah. Which Jarrett's starting, they're listing him as a guard, which I find interesting. I think that's just a weird NBA.com box score quirk. Do you know what this is random minutia, do you know what the Pels net rating is thus far? Last in the league.
Last in the league? I'm going to say it's a minus 24.
Minus 17.4.
Oh, man. It was being hyperbolic.
That trade's looking just as bad as everybody thought it would be. Actually, those trades, I think.
No, I was going to say there's multiple.
So the Pels between Game 6 of the finals and the NBA draft, traded the unprotected 2026 Pacers pick, which they are 27th in net rating, 1-5, and the unprotected best of 2026 Pels, 2026 Bucks pick, basically to get Derek Queen. Yep. Hope he's good. Because
better be.
That's going to cost some people some jobs.
Is he better than Cam Boozer?
Hope so. Hope he is. Because I think did they get the Pacers pick and then trade that up to get Queen? Was that how that went? Because
I believe
they traded the Pacers pick basically back a year right before the end of the finals. So they had the Pacers pick next year. They traded up to get this one. So they got a late 20s pick. I know they did then trade up as well. Maybe it was unrelated, but whatever. Not great for the Pelicans. That's random, but after that ugly Bucks loss, it was nice to kind of look around and be like, haha, your life is worse. Jordi Fernandez just like head in his hands, like, how do I reach these kids?
Yeah. Tomas Isolo's like, F them kids.
Dude, Tomas Isolo is like F Ja.
Yeah, you know what was really funny? I was watching that game live, and I think Blake Griffin handled it really well in the post game. Yeah. Which, by the way, I love that. Yeah, it's so.
Is that Prime?
It is Prime.
Yeah.
NBC and Prime they're on ESPN Pack Watch right now.
No question.
But Blake Griffin being able to go there and like just call out specific plays about where he's seeing Ja not be there and where his own personal experience comes into play, it's like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, he also got to use his own personal experience in bilingual Pistons talk. Did you see this? The Pistons played in Mexico, and I forget who, but some player actually spoke some Spanish.
It was Luka. This was a few years ago.
No. This year. Just now.
Oh, this year? They did it again?
Yeah, just now. But I think the guy actually spoke Spanish, but Blake was like, glad he's carrying my tradition of bilingual Pistons because Blake played there and was just, hola, Mexico. I think that was all he had.
Which was... that's why that clip resurfaced.
Yeah, that's why that clip resurfaced.
Because it was the clip of Mavs Pistons playing in Mexico City.
Yeah.
And then they just first give the microphone to Luka, and Luka's just speaking fluent Spanish because he played in Real Madrid for all those years. And then they just give the mic to Blake Griffin, and you can see him just eyed up Luka like, really? You did this to me?
It was Cade.
You're setting me up like this? Cade did it?
Cade, yeah.
Oh, my Cade stock is through the roof, man.
There's not subtitles. I'm not going to play it now. But yeah, Blake said, nice to see Cade carrying on the long-standing tradition of bilingual Pistons players addressing the crowd. Love to see it.
Blake's awesome.
Blake has won us over immediately after us hating Blake when he was a Celtic and Piston.
And a net.
Yeah, good call. Net's probably the worst of them. No, Pistons. I hated Pistons, Blake. For the playoffs, he was a punk in the playoffs. What he did was fine, but against the Bucks, he was a punk.
I know, but I respect Pistons Blake more than most players in NBA history.
Yeah, because he didn't phone it in.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean I didn't like him. That doesn't mean I
respect what he did, but I respect what he did for sure.
Yeah. But no, Blake's completely won me over as a retired guy.
Yeah. We were way far afield now, which kind of shows, I think, the quality of this game. What else just defense on Indiana. What else are you looking for in Bucks Pacers?
I mean, it's obvious, but I want Myles to have a big game.
Yeah, it might be what determines if it's a good game or not, like in terms of like, do the Bucks handily win or not? Because it's going to be emotional for Myles. Like if he comes out and is like just bombing threes, I do think they'll roll.
Do they give him a tribute video?
They have to.
They don't have to.
They have. If they don't, that also, speaking of Myles, he's like being unfairly attributed this fake tough Halliburton thing. Have you seen this?
Yeah.
Somebody tweeted, like a literally someone you just see around Bucks Twitter, oh, Myles Turner called Halliburton fake tough. He didn't.
No, he didn't.
He said, he wouldn't fight someone on the street. He's like, he wouldn't fight someone on the street. And he basically said, it's not, NBA guys don't do that. He talks tough because we're on the basketball court and all the other players are around. And he kind of said it that's what everyone does. No one in the NBA outside of Isaiah Stewart is, actually going to go fight someone. This is, a long-running joke that, everyone just gets in each other's faces and it's pull me away, pull me away. I'm tough, you're tough, whatever.
Or Kristaps did it.
Yeah, I mean Bobby. If you're on his team,
that's true. That's not on the street though. That's
not on the street. Not on the street.
That's different.
Yeah. But I couldn't believe I'm seeing so many Pacers people oh, what a shot. He called him fake tough. He never, unless it's not in the clip I saw, and I watched a lot of that interview about the whole thing. He never says, oh, he's fake tough.
No, it's just not. It's not how it works. Was that at the analysis clip?
Yeah, it's the analysis. Yeah, yeah. The thing of the episode was oh, we're gonna do the Legos while we talk, and TA couldn't do it. He got too distracted, and Myles was just hammering away. I actually think it probably got better stuff out of him because he was kind of in a flow state. He really loves Legos.
How can you not?
Dude, he talked about his first one were Bionicles, and I feel I was thinking about Bionicles a week or two ago. Bionicles were sick. You might be too young for Bionicles. Do you remember?
No, I remember Bionicles.
Dude, they had a show too. They looked awesome. Those things were building an action figure was basically. I can't believe there's not more like that. That's a great idea.
Yeah, it was back in it's in the same vein as the original Transformers, where it's just a TV show meant to sell toys.
Yeah, well, that was pretty much it. I mean, it kind of still is Bluey backpacks are every second aisle at Target, but
you and I are at different Target aisles for obvious reasons.
Yeah, no, for sure. You watched the game at a wedding. I watched the second half. We were driving around. I was not driving clearly, but to make sure the baby got some sleep before we went to a Halloween party because she always sleeps in the car. So I'm just watching the game on mute on my phone. What's going on? What's happening here? I was they're selling chocolates.
Cole Anthony got ejected?
Yeah, I was wait, what? What happened now with Cole? Wait, why is Myles leaving again? What's going on? It was a very disorienting game to watch. Wait,
Giannis?
Gary's
why does Giannis look like he has full sleeve tattoos? Get some girls tied to say, well, that's Kyle Kuzma?
Oh, man. Yeah, that was an odd game. Again, hopefully we can just flush it after a nice Pacers win.
You have to win this Pacers game, right? Otherwise, it's full shart.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a sneaky must win.
Yeah, especially before the back-to-back against Toronto, who looks pretty fraudulent, although they just had a solid win. I think
I took the under on Toronto, right? I'm pretty sure I did.
I think I took the over just because the number was so low. A lot of time ago, they beat the Grizz, which is the Grizz.
Okay, let's talk about the Grizz for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, the Raptors probably couldn't guard Ja, but they suspended Ja because he said, asked the coaching staff, they probably thought I shouldn't have been out there as much as I was. Which, the funniest thing about that whole kerfuffle, he was 4 of 13 and terrible, and the Lakers won a pretty close game. Ja was terrible in that game, even outside of the effort stuff. He didn't score the ball either, which is the whole point of Ja Morant. But anyway, he doesn't play, and they lose. Now the Grizz are down to 3-4. The Raptors are up to 3-4. But Toronto does not look great thus far.
No. But the Grizzlies, man, Ja, just what are you doing?
This is such a weird season.
I saw this take, and I wish I remembered who I saw it from, but so I could attribute it to them.
Just steal it. That's what everyone else does.
Yeah, but at least I'm being honest about it.
True.
Is that the entire Grizzlies aura left with Dillon Brooks?
Yeah, 100% true.
When he will not be brought back under any circumstances is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. They
scapegoated him.
Turns out he might have been a key piece to it.
And even the craziest thing about this is I think they won that trade for Bane, but they're still it'll set them up if they do want to reset. That was a win.
Yeah. It's a good trade, but it's also man, did we trade Desmond Bane?
I mean, Coward and 3 firsts and a swap is pretty good.
It's awesome. You can't say no to that.
You can't.
But it seems like the Grizzlies are primed for a reset, which sucks.
I just started listening.
They were set up so well.
I just started listening to the Sixers tanking audiobook by Joran Weitzman. I forget what it's called now. But it starts by kind of setting up how they got there. And which is like the Allen Iverson Sixers era. And so I'm hearing about like he told the press he was going to shut down before the year before he told the Sixers, and he yelled about the coach that they set up all these meetings, and then I'm seeing this Ja stuff happen in real time, and I'm like, oh, it's always fun when history repeats itself.
Parallel.
Ja is without the top end accomplishments at this point, but some very AI stuff happening, like late Sixers AI stuff happening.
Yeah.
What would you give up for Ja? Anything? I mean, it's probably one of the worst guards you could pair with Giannis.
Yeah.
The Dame downside without the shooting. It's like, oh God, why?
He'll play fast.
He'll play fast. I mean, the pick and roll stuff. I mean, they're just going to drop on
Who's better this season, Ryan Rollins or John Morant?
I mean, so far it's been Rollins.
Which is wild.
Yeah. Rollins plays on both ends, which helps too. You probably just wouldn't, I think is the answer.
In a vacuum, Ja is a better player.
Yeah.
Clearly. But Ryan Rollins might be a better fit for this team. What would I give up for Ja? I think I'd give up the first.
But what play? Like, it would probably has to be like Kuzma and Bobby. Would you do that?
Yeah, I might.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a clear. Well, your bench is kind of out of big guys then.
Yeah, but then, you are out of big guys. But
Sims,
then you
more.
add Jericho to the rotation. He's in there, but who's your backup four? You have to play like really small all the time. Your backup four is 20.
Even smaller. Yeah.
Ajax is your backup.
Oh yeah. Well, Doc is going to keep him as the break glass. The glass is thick. The break glass is very thick, and the hammer is very small. It's one of those. It's that gavel.
The emergency.
The beep-boop.
They made the emergency glass out of bulletproof glass, so they never have to.
Yeah, it's like even if I want to, I can't. Like protecting him from himself. Sorry, Ajax. But yeah, things not great for the Grizzlies. It's been a weird start to the NBA year because I feel like a lot of teams are kind of in the middle zone. The Thunder just never lose, which is kind of crazy considering all their injuries. And then there's some teams that you're just like hitting the panic button very fast. We talked about the Pels. The Mavs just look really bad. I mean, they have Cooper Flag, so the downside isn't. You still have one of the best young players in the league, but it doesn't look good. The Kings, who beat the Bucks, but they're still 2-4. The Suns are on a 2-game win streak. They started 1-4. And then in the East, dude, we talked about the Pacers. The Fun Wiz are now 1-5. Not looking great. And then the Nets 0-6 and not even really playing their young guys. So it's like they might get worse.
Yeah. Speaking of the Eastern Conference, it's time for our Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
Yeah, I think it's an easy one this week, unfortunately. I don't think it's a Buck either.
I think it's Maxey.
It's got to be Maxey. So we're looking from, what is it, last Monday to this Sunday? Monday to Sunday.
October 27th to November 2nd.
Yes. So Tyrese Maxey, the Sixers are 3-1. They played 4 games, which helps in that span.
Giannis only played 2.
Because he missed one of them. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So only 1-1 for Giannis. Maxey leading the East and scoring in that stretch, playing 43 minutes per game. 33.5 points on 46, 39, and 89 shooting splits, which are all very good, really preposterously good on that volume. 9.8 assists, 5.3 rebounds, less than 3 turnovers per game, plus 12 in his minutes. Yeah, I think it's kind of a no-brainer here.
Yeah, it has to be right.
Giannis playing 2 games, they go 1-1, and they really do value record in this stuff, so I think as soon as Giannis went 1-1 in only 2 games, I think he almost has no shot.
And I think it's almost the 2 games.
Yeah, it's not a lot of games. Yeah.
Especially with the competition. Like Maxey's playing 4 games.
Yeah.
Like Donovan Mitchell's playing 3 games.
Mitchell's probably second. Is Ryan Rollins on the list? 2-1, 24, 6-3. I mean, plus 6.
Can you imagine if he was playing? That'd be awesome.
He's not going to win it. Here's my take. He's going to be on the list. He's going to be like the other players receiving votes.
Like nominated?
Yeah. Other players nominate. I think the teams nominate. So it depends on what the Bucks do. The second leading scorer was Jalen Brunson, but the Knicks were only 1 of 2, so I don't think he would get it. He did average 32 this week.
Knicks.
A little shaky here. I think Mitchell's probably the second most likely to win. They were 2-1. Yeah. He averaged 29. They were plus 13.7. He's really carrying because of all their injuries right now. The Cavs continue to win. But I think Maxey, just statistically was better and won an extra game.
Absolutely. I think Maxey could have won last week if Giannis wasn't just absolutely dominating. Just ridiculous levels of dominance. But I think it's Maxey's to lose this week.
You know who's probably second or third and could have won if his team had held on in their last game, but the other team shot really preposterously well from three? The Gidster.
Hello?
Josh Giddey.
Oh, yeah.
Bulls are 3-1, still one of the top teams. They were 3-1. They finally lost the game. Giddey averaged 25 points, 53% from the field, 40% from three, 10.8 rebounds, 9.5 assists, just 3 turnovers. Has legitimately been really good attacking the rim.
No.
I feel good about my take at the time for that trade, which got killed as OKC won the finals, which obviously Chicago was not going to do. But the Caruso for Giddey trade was fine.
I think it worked out.
But the takes were you have to get a first too. Why do you have to get a first? You're getting a all rookie guy. That's pretty good for a limited
Bulls
veteran.
Bulls post All-Star were better.
15-5 to end the year.
Yeah,
I think they're now 20-6, counting that run plus this year.
I'm seeing Bulls fans now quote tweet the original trade thing. It's like we got 6'8" Steve Nash for this bum.
I know it's too far.
It's obviously as a joke.
Yeah,
it's played as a joke, but he looks good. It's still early, but he looks good.
He's exactly the kind of guy.
And for the first time, it translates to winning.
Right. He's exactly the kind of guy that a bad team should try to, because he's never going to work there because they have better guys, so he's not going to be on the ball, and he's an on-ball player. It was never going to work with him being the third option. But if you're bad and you're not picking at the top of the draft, you're the Bulls, you refuse to tank, whatever else, that's the kind of guy you should get. Let's see if he can anchor an offense. If he can't, we'll get another bad pick, and if he can, it's a huge find. He's still only 23 years old. It is crazy. I think one thing I feel like this year, watching Rollins, some of these other guys, Tyler Smith, who's still 20 or 21, we give up on guys too early.
No, I think in general, yeah. But the thing is, with timelines, you just can't. You don't have the luxury of being able to wait.
I don't even mean teams, us as fan analysts, whatever.
Oh, okay.
I feel like the consensus was kind of Giddey's empty calories, whatever guy. At age 22, when he put up pretty preposterous numbers.
No, that's fair.
You can figure things out. If he's 27, sure, but
I think it's part of the reason why expansion needs to happen is there's just too much talent in the league, which makes it easy to give up on players because, there's always an influx of new talent. The
top 10 of the Eastern Conference scoring this week, so kind of the players of the week category, 5 of them are 24 or younger.
That's insane.
Paolo's 24, Paolo's 22, Maxey's 24, and then Rollins, Jalen Johnson, and Josh Giddey are all 23, and then Franz is right outside too. He's also 24. A lot of young talent in the East right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
But yeah, I don't think Giannis will defend his title. At one point I was like, what if he wins every Eastern Conference Player of the Week? He won't. I think it's got to be Maxey.
I think it should be Maxey.
Probably Giddey number 2, actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah. Mitchell's the safe pick at number 2, but
yeah.
I'll take... No, I'm not going to say. I think Josh Giddey's a fine pick for Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
Yeah. Can't wait for Bucks Bulls. They're running. They're. I don't think it's sustainable, but they have obviously a great start to the year.
Absolutely. So if we look ahead to the Bucks schedule, they play the Pacers tonight on the road at 6 p.m. Central. Then they have the Raptors, the second night of a back-to-back on the road at 6:30. Hopefully they're still feeling, kind of down from the World Series. So that should be a good one. I say hopefully. I have nothing against them.
No, I still dislike them from way back when. Low energy in the city right now.
Oh, no. I meant the Blue Jays.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's easy. I think Frank Madden tweeted, it's easier to feel... not feel bad about Blue Jays fans when you remember they're Raptors fans.
Exactly. That's I was kind of in the World Series. I was kind of I hope they both lose.
Yeah. But then you have 2 days off, and then the Bucks are come back home against the Chicago Bulls on Friday in Fiserv Forum. So we'll be able to see that matchup. But we will have a pod for you probably after the back-to-back at some point before the Bulls game, and we will be able to go through what is hopefully a very handily won game for the Milwaukee Bucks in both aspects, but especially against the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap this up here and say thank you for listening to this episode of the Gyro Step here on Blue Wire and GSPN, presented by our amazing friends over at PrizePicks. Make sure you check out the link in our description for more. But yeah, whether you're watching on your podcast platform of choice or listening on your podcast platform of choice or watching on YouTube, we appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe, 5-star rating and review, like, comment, all that fun stuff. Pod random, and we'll talk to you next time.